Yeah.
Oh. All right, so some election basics. So we will go in order of position, starting with president and then ending with our ACM-W positions. Candidates will have 3 minutes to give their pitch on why you should vote for them. They will only be speaking for their first priority position. So you'll see slides where it'll have a candidate's name and it will have either just their name or a star by it. If it has a star by it, that's the position that they would want first and foremost. That's when they will be talking. If they do not have a star by it, they can answer questions still for that position. So if you want to ask any questions throughout, you can do that for anybody whose name is on the slide at that time. And then, so for questions, we'll pause after every position. So we'll go through the presidential candidates and then we'll pause and give you an opportunity to ask questions. Please let us know if your question is for all of the candidates for that position or a specific person. It can be either. We'll also do questions at the very end. All right, and then the ballot is a form. It will open at the end of the election, and then it will remain open until 11:59 tonight. Members, current officers, candidates, you can all vote, and you can all vote once. We are collecting ABC 123s on that form just to make sure that you only vote once, and we will be checking those, but votes otherwise are anonymous. So really think about what you want to see from ACM next year and which of these candidates is going to give it for that position. More candidate information, including pictures and little short descriptions and things like that, will be available at elections.acmutsa.org. It's already up, and then you can refer to that after as well if you would like more information on a specific candidate. Does anyone have any questions over the format before we get started? Awesome. All right, so first up, we have our candidates for president. President is what I do. It kind of oversees the organization, but I would like to introduce Elijah Moya.
So, hi everyone, I'm Elijah Moya. I am a junior CS major, and I guess part of it, I'm running for president, for ACM president. I'm going to start out this presentation a little bit too. I also mention that next academic year, I'm taking about 18 to 21 credit hours across 2 semesters. So I'm definitely going to have the time to put into ACM to really make it the best organization here on campus. And I'm going to go into my involvement with ACM in general on campus. I am the current ACM membership officer, meaning I help with outreach, I help with tabling, talking to professors, getting our meetings out there, growing our members, really getting people to go to our meetings and know what's going on. I am also was part of the Rowdy Hacks Hacker Experience team, and there's some people in here that I recognize from Rowdy Hacks, and it's really nice to see y'all again. I really hope I made your hackathon Rowdy Hacks time really, really fun. I am also a College of Science Student Success Center science mentor, which, to put it very briefly, is pretty much just mentoring underclassmen, getting them to kind of what we call develop their science identity, which is just a fancy way of saying we help them find their place here on the College of Sciences. I will also preface this next one with saying kind of what I want to do as president, what my kind of what I want to accomplish when I'm president, being my 3 platforms like diversity, outreach, and sponsorship. Going into diversity, I really want to assist our ACM-W and coding and color directors and have them give them the resources they need to really accomplish their mission of building a community that's for the people that they are looking to include, and making ACM and the general tech world a diverse place. Part of it too is I really believe that if someone, even just one person, can find their people, find someone that thinks like them, find someone that they can see as a role model, it'll really, really improve their chances of really pursuing a career and really having a fun time in the field. And going on to outreach, a little brief story time. This semester I was talking to some CS majors here on campus, and I was asking them, hey, like, do you guys go to ACM meetings? Like, if you don't go to ACM meetings, why don't you go to ACM meetings? And more than once, I was told, well, I just don't go to ACM meetings because the meetings don't sound interesting. They're not something that's for me. And then the ones that they see that are interesting have already passed, or they probably didn't even know they were happening. And I really it breaks my heart hearing that, because ACM has really offered me a lot. They've really shown me a lot of opportunities. I've really grown professionally because of them. And I want to be able to offer them those same opportunities I had to grow. I mean, the first thing I can remember of them giving me skills that I can actually use was my first ever tech internship, I guess tech interview for an internship last year. I didn't completely bomb it because I at least knew how a computer worked. They had an intro to tech for how to build a computer, so I didn't completely bomb it and at least had something to talk about. And I want to provide you with the opportunities to do that as well. And then moving on to sponsorship, I want to work with our PR team to kind of improve upon the foundation that Janelle and Zach have put with this first year of sponsorship. And with that, I'm going to use my connections I have in the downtown tech scene to kind of get ACM's name out there and really show us as a valuable resource for reaching out to college students. Also, too, more sponsors means better meetings for y'all. It makes more interesting meetings, means more money that ACM has to give you guys amazing prizes during your meetings or end of semester stuff. Or also, too, gives you the opportunities to network with these companies. But yeah, thank you all so much. I really hope I can count on your vote for Elijah Moya as president. And then if you guys have any questions after, thank you all so much.
Thanks, Elijah. So now we will hear from another candidate for president, Alex Smith.
So here's my little lad. Like, make sure it's on loop just for a bit. Here's my little lad. I made this, I guess, for information. I made this in 6 hours, give or take, and was using shaders. But I just thought this would be fun to do. But I can lead or something. Frogs welcome, and probably more donuts, not just ICPC people are welcome. Anyway, I guess I'll introduce myself a little. I am a junior computer engineering major, and I guess just to give you a little background about who I am and what I'm interested in. My primary areas of research or interest are mostly chip design, computer architecture, and digital design. So I kind of want to know what's going on there. And as far as my involvement and how long I've been in ACM, I've been a junior officer for 1 year under Chris, who was one of the former tech officers. I'm also this year's projects officer, so you might recognize it from a couple of workshops I've done here and there. And I guess as a couple of miscellaneous things here, a couple of my hobbies include learning languages, traveling, playing video games, probably bullet hells. You might see me struggle too much or yell or rage. But beyond that, I'd like to just get into my goals. Or I know this is a bit of a short slide, but I'd mostly like to talk about what I'd like to do this year or next year if I run for president. So first and foremost, I understand that ACM is a place for everyone. I'm an engineering major, right? I'm not. Most of you are probably CS majors, right? Like, how many of you here are CS majors? Just out of curiosity. Most, if not all. Right? Yeah, right. Most, if not all. And that's great. But I also want to give the opportunity for people who are only merely interested in CS, right? So maybe they have an interest, but they're not specifically a CS major. I want to give those people an opportunity to look into the world of tech, right? And that's part of the reason why I continue to do these workshops, because I wanted those people who perhaps were interested but aren't completely focused on computer science and tech to, gain an interest. And so that's one of, the most important parts to me. And I guess not just people of different majors, but also different backgrounds, who they are as a person. And I think that's also why there's the coding and color director position this year, right? I want to support that person. I also want to support ACM-W. I know Josh this year has done a great job with ACM-W, and I'd also like to continue whoever is leading ACM-W with that. But secondly, I guess that brings me to my other point. I also want to make sure that our suborgs grow well. So ACM-W, they've been doing fantastic. I also want to oversee that. I want to make sure that succeeds next year. But also writing creators, right? I want to see some growth there. And I know, in particular, some ideas like a project showcase were thrown out. And I definitely like to have that, so where we can showcase what people are working on. Perhaps not just writing creators, but anyone. Maybe they're a student here. Just sort of have this area where They can show how cool things they're working on, because that's what part of tech is, right? I mean, that's what got us all interested. You know, we want to learn more about it, and when we can see and learn more from what other people have done. And my third point, or my third goal, is to make sure I, you know, keep all the good ACM stuff. So, right, the sponsorship one, right? You guys didn't have to pay for membership, you know, that's good, right? I want to continue that. You know, and because we have that model, we can also strengthen our relationship with industry people, and that is my fourth point. I want to keep that connection with industry, right? I want to keep that outreach. So, you know, I know we're all here for jobs. Well, most of us are here, right? Since most of you are CS majors, you're probably here for an internship or a job. You know, you want to be involved. And I would like to offer that opportunity, or try to extend that opportunity even more. So like we had the resume reviews this year. I want to see if we can have that something like next year as well, you know, or have more events with industry people. So that is part of what I would like to see here. But also, like Elijah said, you know, I also want to see more people join ACM. So again, I guess that kind of goes back to my first point. But overall, I would just like to see, you know, good growth in ACM. Things have been going great this year, and I really want to keep all the stuff that you guys like. I want to take it and I want to improve upon. You know, that is the thesis of my campaign here. But regardless of my rambling, thank you guys for your time, and I hope you'll vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you to both of our candidates for president. Does anybody have any questions for the candidates? All right, there will be time for questions at the end as well, but we'll move right on. Vice president candidates, they are the same. It's the second choice of both Elijah Moya and Alex Smith. So nobody will be speaking for vice president, but vice president really is the support structure, the second person in charge. You know, Zach has been doing a great job this year of just kind of being everywhere and being that support structure. So think about that when you're voting.
We do have a question from chat.
Yeah.
They ask, for both presidential candidates, can you speak briefly about your leadership abilities and how they'll help you accomplish your goals?
All right, so if I could have Alex and Elijah come up really quick. And the question was if you could speak briefly about your leadership abilities and how they will help you with your goals.
Yeah, so absolutely. So I really say my leadership abilities have definitely grown from a year ago today. I was definitely the antisocial person that kind of didn't want to be out there a year ago. And over this past summer, actually, I was part of the City Master program, which focuses on building leadership skills, building more professional connections in San Antonio, and kind of really being out there for the community. And I really think the City Master program did a really good job of building that. And also being a science mentor has really put me into the position of leadership. I mean, mentoring underclassmen and being that sort of guiding light in the very confusing path that can be college, especially for a freshman or a sophomore, takes a lot of leadership skills and a lot of confidence. And I really think that my experience as a science mentor offers me the ability to really say that my leadership skills are definitely for this position.
Just want to clarify, the question was how my leadership skills help me?
What are like your leadership skills that you've developed and how will they help you accomplish your goals?
Well, I didn't explicitly mention this, but I guess I also am an undergraduate teaching assistant, you know, and that alongside of, you know, with my role as a project officer, right? So, you know, I have a lot of experience I guess I have some experience in teaching and guiding people, right? And as the president, you know, that's also what I would like to do, not just with, you know, the organization, but with students, with all of you guys, right? I like to lead and guide you as much, you know, as what I have picked up from my teachings, right? I like to make sure that I lead this organization into a better path for growth, right? So again, much like I mentioned, you know, we have all these nice things. I want to, you know, make sure that I have the ability to speak, ability to lead and carry these things. So, you know, much like Elijah, you know, I'm not great at communicating. I'm not great at speaking. And being a project officer, you know, having this experience as being a TA, right? I've been given the opportunity to speak to people, speak to you guys. And I feel that because of that opportunity, I've been given a chance to improve, right? So, you know, I'm a bit more confident and a bit more capable, I feel, to speak to an audience like you guys. So I definitely feel that I've improved over the past year, and enough so that I can speak with some confidence that I'll be able to lead ACM. If that answers the question adequately.
Yep. Thank you to both of you. Yep, you guys are all good. Yeah, we're gonna move on to secretary. So secretary is a note-taking, documentation type of job. So we do use a platform called Notion for all of our notes and things like that. So for this candidate, maybe something you're looking for is somebody who's dependable, can take notes, can organize things, and things like that. So I would like to introduce our first candidate for secretary, Catherine Hoag.
Hi everyone, my name is Catherine Hoags. As you can see, I didn't do slides because I wasn't quite sure what to put, but let me just tell you about myself. I'm a junior here at UTSA, and originally I was a biochem major, and I took the first semester of classes and I hated it. So you know what I did? I decided to change my major to computer science, and ACM actually holds a near and dear special place in my heart because as a lost little freshman who didn't know anything, I did the Bits and Bytes program. And one of my mentors was Chanel, our president. Very nice. And she really guided me. So ACM is very close to my heart for that reason. It really made me love computer science and everything. And it really helped me understand everything and anything. So I'm here speaking to you right now for secretary. And why I would be the right choice is I'm very responsible. I haven't missed a class once on purpose, for 6 days, of course. I'm so organized. I have 3 calendars. I have an online calendar, an in-person calendar, and one on my wall, so I never forget anything. And I'm so hardworking, and I'm great at taking notes. I have thousands upon thousands of words in one document for one class. So I would be dedicated to maintain the Notion and keeping notes of all, keeping the notes of all the meetings, and I'd be, and I would use Notion to just completely compile and keep that wiki as great as it is. That really helped me to understand the positions when I was looking to see what I would run for. I've also worked as a secretary before, or in a secretarial position as a secretary for student council in high school. Not that anyone would know me because I didn't go to regular high school. So I do have that experience, and I would love to be your secretary for ACM. And then my second position that I'm running for is media officer. And let me tell you, I would make some amazing flyers and some great designs for t-shirts if you wanted. So just thank you everyone for letting me have your time today and talk to y'all. Remember to vote for me. Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine. All right, and then our second candidate for secretary is Renee Gonzalez, and he has sent a video for us to watch here.
Hey everyone, my name is Renee Gonzalez, and I am running for the ACM secretary position as my first choice and social officer as my second choice. I wish I could be there in person with you all, but unfortunately I did have a midterm scheduled at the time of this meeting to take place. So a little bit about myself, I'm currently a sophomore CS student. I've been programming as a hobby for a while now, and I recently transferred over to UTSA. Back in high school, I was the secretary for my student government, and I've held many leadership roles throughout work, including being the general manager for a popular music venue back home, and the market manager for my region for one of the nation's largest beverage distributors, before moving to San Antonio to wrap up my bachelor's degree. My work experience involved a lot of event planning and organization to get the community involved in whatever it was I wanted to promote. My outreach was done via social media, advertisements, and reaching out to some influential people in my area to help plan and promote certain events to all kinds of crowds. So with that said, I believe the experience I've gained in those past two positions mentioned would be beneficial as they'd allow me to bring in fresh ideas to the table, as they too involved a lot of collaboration, record keeping, and planning with not just leadership and management, but with employees, other team members, as well as the community as a whole. As tech continues to grow and become a big part of our lives, I personally believe that everyone should learn to code or have some sort of general tech experience regardless of their background or career aspirations. I'd love to have an active role in generating engagement by getting ACM-related info out to all students and inspiring any conversation or curiosity needed to get them to sign up, stay involved after the fact, and break any sort of intimidation that any new member may feel. So, just a little TLDR, through ACM, I'd like to help create an active community of students from all sorts of backgrounds interested in the monstrous world of tech that we live in. So yeah, thank you all for listening. I hope I have your vote for either role, and good luck to everybody else running.
All right. Does anybody have questions for Secretary? All right, we will move on. Now for our candidates for treasurer. So treasurer is the one who manages the money, not just for ACM, but across all of our sub-organizations as well. And then I don't believe Trey could make it today. So go ahead and look on the elections page for information about these candidates. All right, and then, yeah. Is Trey here? Yeah, okay. Diem's gonna speak about her priority position. So if you guys have any questions for treasurer or things like that, you can go ahead and ask her at the very end when we open up for questions. All right, with that, we will introduce our candidate for ACM-W Director. ACM-W is our sub-organization dedicated to women and marginalized communities in tech. So give it up for Rachel Easton.
Hi, so I'm Rachel, and I am currently a freshman at UTSA. I am majoring in computer science with a minor in Chinese. So a little bit about my previous skills. I have been a junior officer for ACM-W for the last year. I never really knew what position I want to do, so I kind of shadowed every other officer, so I do know a lot about how the organization works. I am also currently a swim coach for the UTSA swim team, so that's another leadership role I take, and I work and communicate with all of the other officers on the swim team as well. So some goals, if I get elected, is to strengthen the ACM-W community. I know what it's like to go into a room and most of them are men, or to be treated as less than just because I am a woman in STEM. So I definitely want to strengthen that community and make underrepresented communities feel like they have some place to belong. Also, kind of like Elijah said, I think there is a little bit of an outreach issue in ACM-W. I've talked with a lot of people in my dorm, and I believe that I have some great ideas that can improve that and get more people to our members, because I know this organization has been a lot of help to me and has definitely made me feel like I have some place to belong on campus. So that's kind of it for my speech, but thank you all so much for listening, and please vote for me.
Thank you so much, Rachel. All right, any questions for Rachel? All right, moving right on. Next, we have the position of Icpc Director. Icpc is our competitive coding club. They focus on a lot of algorithms and data structures practice, and even go to some competitions. So here's our first candidate, Marcus Bao.
hello everyone. I'm Marcus Bell, and I will be running for the position of Icpc Director, as well as Projects Officer for my second position. So a bit about myself. I am currently a freshman at UTSA. I am majoring in CS, but also taking courses for pre-med. This is my first semester taking courses for pre-med, just genetics and OChem, and all this kind of stuff. Not so bad so far, but I'm sure it'll get worse. So I have played the piano for 13 years. If you guys want to stick around for a bit after the speeches and questions, I might play some on the piano. And I have leadership position from my orchestra, as I was the section leader for my keyboard section, where there were a lot of people, both seniors just like me by the time I had taken over the position, as well as freshmen. So I know how to interact with various groups of people, various levels of experience. And also in my free time, I like to read, code, and also write arrangements for songs on the piano. So my priority position is Icpc Director. And as I have been coding since 5th grade, I am I enjoy coding a lot. And as you guys have probably seen, there are a lot of competitive programmers on YouTube, like those videos of Google Jumpstart that you have seen. And I would like to make UTSA's Icpc team just as competitive as those of UT Dallas and UT Austin and all those other colleges. And I believe I can make that happen because I have gone through all the resources that we have, and I believe that I can come up with a coherent plan. This past year has been a sort of rebuilding year for us because we have lost a few very valuable members, but I believe that under my leadership, I can make UTSA's Icpc team better. And my second position is project officer. And as project officer, there are several roles that one needs to complete, such as maintaining the GitHub, encouraging personal projects, as well as the training and tools. As I have been coding for a long time, I believe that I can work through all the code that we have given and maintain the GitHub. And I am managing several projects, mostly online, but also there is one that I'm collaborating with someone on in person. And so I have experience managing projects, and I believe that I can help our members, whether it's gain experience on the tools that we can give them, or to encourage them just to start their personal projects. That is my speech. I hope I get your vote, and thank you.
Thank you, Marcus. All right, and then we have somebody with their second choice as Icpc Director, Parker. You will hear from Parker in a bit. Any questions for Icpc Director? Nice.
In the meantime, there's more pizza over here, so slice or two. Yeah.
Our candidate for Rowdy Creators Director. Rowdy Creators is our project forming organization. So with that, I would like to introduce our candidate, Annalisa Rojas.
Okay. Hey everyone, so I'm Annalisa Rojas. Like many of you, I am also a computer science student. I am a junior here currently at the University of Texas at San Antonio, and I'm also pursuing my minor in digital forensics. And this is my story. So I grew up in a volunteer organization known as Civil Air Patrol. It was very similar to a junior ROTC in the sense that they yelled at us. and they yelled at us a lot, but it really helped mold me into the person that I am today. And I ended up growing a love for volunteer service at an early age. So I actually have volunteered in Civil Air Patrol for a good 8 to 9 years of my life. And since leaving Civil Air Patrol, I've become involved in many different associations and organizations that really count on volunteers to make them great. And I've been a part of good organizations and I've been a part of bad organizations. But I think the defining factor between all of them is that the people are really what make or break an organization. And I think that's why I wanted to apply for the Rowdy Creators and Projects Officer, because both of them are very similarly aligned in the sense that each has a dedication towards the professional and personal development of students as a scientist. I think that students in the upcoming fall semester will find that there is a place for them in ACM, whether it's working on a Rowdy Creators project or working on a personal projects, which I'd be promoting as the projects officer. Similarly to how Elijah mentioned, working as a College of Science mentor, we hear a lot of similar stories that students didn't know an association like ACM existed, or they didn't know that Rowdy Creators was a sub-organization that they could be a part of, and that was something that they could get in no matter their skill level. So going into the fall semester, that's something that I really want to push, especially to the underclassmen, that they can start getting involved as early as their freshman and sophomore years. And this upcoming semester, I really want to put my leadership and organizational skills that I've gained from my volunteering into implementing new projects for Rowdy Creators or as the projects officer, and provide a number of courses to students to focus on the technical side and as well as the business side of developing a project. I think that's something that we don't really get that much exposure to as computer science students, and that's something that I would like to explore more as the Rowdy Creators Director. On a final note, Civil Air Patrol always taught me that a leader without a mission is like going on a road trip without a roadmap, or I should say GPS, because we're all modern now. But the mission statement for Rowdy Creators, or as a projects officer, would be to professionally develop the next generation of scientists to lead the way in the workforce and shine as examples of UTSA's finest by providing the best training, opportunities, and projects. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. All right, so in the interest of time, we are going to hold questions until the end. And then for our candidates, can I get a quick raise of hands if anybody has class at 1? Fantastic. Cool. Let's keep going. All right. Our next position is a new position that we're introducing, Coding in Color. This is a group focused on building a community and representation and fostering success in Black students in tech here at UTSA. So with that being said, I'll introduce our candidate, Chris Holmes.
What's up, you guys? Hello. I'm gonna start my timer on my watch. Give me 2 seconds. Oh wait. All right, cool. All right, hello. My name is Chris. This is my about me. Okay. So my pronouns are he, him. First off, I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. I'm a computer science major. I'm actually a junior right now. I'm a mentor also. There's like a lot of us here, I think. I'm a mentor at the Student Success Center here at UTSA. I have intern experience with Amazon, and this summer I'll actually be interning with American Express. And my ideal day looks like playing with my dog, video games, and coding. I'm currently grinding Leak Code right now, so that's pretty fun. Not really. Okay, so this is why am I running for this position. I'm going to give you guys a quick statistic. So the National Center for Education Statistics reported that out of the 79,000-ish computer science degrees awarded in 2018, only 8.9% of those degrees went to Black students. So I went up to Janelle and Zach at an ACM Director meeting and kind of voiced my concern about like outreach to Black students in CS because I felt like it didn't exist, which hence this position was created. So that's why I'm running for it. And then why me? So I have experience with leading people. Before this, I worked as an RA, so with students. Yeah, shout out to Josh, also an RA. I worked with Apple as an iOS director, so I talked to people all day, nice people, really rude people. So yeah, I talk to people a lot. I can outreach. I have a vision. Like I said, I kind of know what I want to do with this position and how it can really impact UTSA. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I am Black. So I think that I will have a good position of knowing what it's like to be Black in CS. And then here are some ideas that I would like to implement. So first and foremost, I do want to create a safe space for Black students interested in computer science, not necessarily CS majors, but literally anybody who just wants to know about computer science. I think that a lot of my people don't really know about computer science. We weren't really introduced to it. So I want to change that. I want to host events with communities of color already in the field and create a collaborative effort to provide insight on what it is like to code in color. So that's Black people in the field right now that are currently software engineers, or even just people of color, like Juan Valadez. I don't know if you guys have taken him. He is amazing, and he is in the software engineering like community. And I would love to have him come out and speak about what it's like to be a minority in CS in software engineering. And then lastly, I do want to conduct outreach towards Black students and organizations on campus to create more pathways for more minority students to enter the field. Um, we have a lot of Black orgs on campus. I don't think we've collaborated. We collaborated with Black Student Union, I think ACM has. But NESB, I would love to collaborate with them. You guys mentioned that you guys did a resume like building. They do that all the time. If we can collab with other Black orgs on campus, I think it would really help, spread our message that we're really inclusive. But yeah, that's in the presentation. Thank you guys so much for listening.
All right, and then like I said, any questions we can pull towards the end, but thanks, Chris. Next we have Rowdy Hacks Director. Rowdy Hacks is the large annual hackathon that ACM has hosted. It's the longest running one that we've hosted, and it occurs every spring. Maybe some of you went a couple weekends ago, but I would like to introduce our candidate for Rowdy Hacks Director, Adolfo.
Can you speak into this? All right. Hi, I'm Adolfo. I am a junior in CS with a minor in mathematics. A little bit about me. I do a lot of hardware hacks, is what I'm going to call them. I make rubber duckies, cybersecurity related fun stuff that probably land me in jail if I use it incorrectly. So I'm running for this position because I was on the logistics team for this organization. So I was on the logistics team this past year and really liked how fun it was. So I thought I'd give it a shot for a director and keep up the tradition of making it better each year. And a few of my goals is to try to get more sponsors to actually show up in person, so more people can have more time to network with different organizations, different companies, and hopefully we can get some more prizes if possible. All right, that's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Adolfo. I would just like to say ACM UTSA does not condone any sort of project that might land you in jail. Just a little disclaimer. Yeah, allegedly. Next are public relations officers. So public relations is really important for this organization. Why your membership is free is because of our public relations team going and outreaching to companies, making events happen, bringing in speakers, things like that. So I would like to introduce our first candidate for that, Liam.
Hi guys, my name is Beam, and this is a little bit about me. I'm 19 and I'm a sophomore in computer science. I come from Vietnam. My family and I moved to United States 3 years ago, and we've been in San Antonio like for the whole time. I love watching K-drama. My favorite K-drama would be Crash Landing on You and Squid Game. And oh, thank you. I love challenging myself, trying new things and learning new things, especially for this position. Oh, yes, I running for public relationship officer as my first choice. And here's a little bit about my goal as a public officer, a public relationship officer. If I would be elected, I want to build more new relationships and connect ACM with more tech company and even more startups. So every ACM member could have more chance to um, connecting with company. So you guys can have can talk to them, can get to know more about the culture of the company to find your careers in tech and also internship opportunities. I would love to, I am to host more networking events so you guys can come to talk with them in person and not even with Rabbit Hack is one thing, but like an actual networking event. And then my second thing that I would like to promote is the involvement in freshmen, women, minorities, and non-CS major. As a freshman, I always wanted to join ACM, but I was scared because I always thought that ACM is all about coding, which I am just a little bit experienced in coding. So I want to promote more about that so freshmen could know what ACM is all about and yeah, come join us. Or we can do more workshop for first-time coder or tech talk with women, with the community in tech, with those people who are actually working in tech. And then I just hope that I could make you guys feel like every ACM member feel welcome in ACM. But thank you.
All right, and then our other candidate is Christian, and he will be speaking for his priority position. So you'll hear from him in a bit. Next, media officer. So media officer is important for all of those flyers, all the creations for social media, things like that. So with that, I would like to introduce our first candidate, Bernardo.
So my name is Bernardo. A little bit about me. I do know how to use Canva, which is what I was told that we use to make the flyers. I also know how to use Photoshop fairly well. I like making things. That's why I'm in CS, because I like coding, and I've been in video game design for 3 years. It was a class we could take in my high school, thankfully. Unfortunately, our teacher wasn't very good. So we kind of had to learn by ourselves, but we did end up learning how to use Blender and Photoshop and a lot of different things, which I think will help me to help everyone and get flyers out and have them be eye-catching in a way that maybe they aren't right now. I haven't really seen them very much, and actually get them out into positions where people can see them, Yeah, so that's for media. I'm also running for membership, and that's mostly tabling. And for that, I am actually on the rugby team as well. And some of y'all might see me out there in front of McKinney, usually on Wednesday, Tuesday sometimes. We're out there with the women's team, and we table for them. So I do have some experience with getting members. I also have some experience with talking to rude people, because I used to work as a manager at Papa John's. Those people are a little entitled, I'm sorry to say, especially in the area that I was in, because it's mostly like a very old white people neighborhood, and that's kind of a stereotype, but in this case, it bred true. So, I mean, I have a little bit of experience dealing with people, and if y'all vote for me, I can use that experience to help grow ACM and, get the word out there, like, maybe it's not getting out there right now. That's pretty much all I got. Thank you. Vote for me.
Thanks, Bernardo. And then for the second choice, we have Nicholas Ruiz and Catherine Hoag. So you guys already heard from Catherine, and then you will hear from Nicholas. So next we have projects officer. So we have two people who are running with this as their first choice, and then two people you've already heard of, Annalisa and Marcus, as their second choice. So projects officer is for any sort, it's really a position where it's kind of up to you, right? It's promoting personal projects, it's creating projects, it's fostering workshops that can lead to projects, things like that. So our first candidate is Christopher Martin Placencia.
Testing. Can everybody hear me? All right. Just need to get the moment here. Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher Martin Placencia. Most y'all can call me Crispy, Chris, or pretty much that guy that loves playing D&D. Yeah, right now I'm currently a student here that is transferred from Northeast Lakeview College. Back then I was a computer science major, but right now I am currently a senior in cybersecurity, so I'm ready to graduate by spring of 2023. So really, I know this is going to be a little bit interesting, and I know you guys probably don't like moving your necks so much, but everybody look to your left. Left. Look to your left. Look to your right. And people over in the chat, you can scroll up or down and look at everybody's username. Just get an impression on the person that's sitting next to you, sitting right to you, and also in your username. Every single one of you has potential to improve yourself, whether or not it's creating your own project, creating your own ideas to bring into fruition, or even to provide a workshop or an idea that can be able to promote not only just in coding, and no matter what background you're in, you can basically be around to be a better person in regards to what field you want to be in. And I know that everybody assumes that ACM is a place for computer science students, computer engineering, cybersecurity, and well, just from this recent Rowdy Hacks experience, anybody can do it. Anybody can make a project. And so as my initial goal as a projects officer, I would like to create a foundation for everybody to have a space where they can go up to each other, go over and talk to each other about what projects they want, whether it's going to be personal, come down from Rowdy creators, from our sponsors, or even to prepare for Rowdy Hacks, just to have some form of foundation or communication that we can all come down with each other and be able to just say, hey, let's do this. So, and as a projects officer, I know I'm supposed to maintain GitHub and maintain a bunch of other projects, but really it's all up to you. So that's just a final word. I thank you for your time, and please vote for me.
Thank you, Chris. And so we have another candidate for projects officer, Ryan Walters.
So, hi guys, my name is Ryan Walters. I'm running for projects officer. So currently I'm a freshman in computer science. I know that's kind of early to be doing a position like this, but I actually believe I really do have the skills, determination, and just plain old ability to do it. So this is my presentation. And by the way, it is not Google Slides, not anything you've ever used before. It's a custom view-based presentation software that's in beta. So I don't know, I'm a big fan of using and adopting new technologies like this, just kind of playing with stuff you've never heard before. And I threw this together in like 3 hours. and it's hosted on GitHub Pages. So I'm all about projects. I love throwing things together in a matter of hours and being able to use it. It's also on a custom domain, by the way. So I'm a full stack software engineer. That's just totally my thing. I love web dev. I love offline stuff. I love databases, everything and everything and all of it. I also love to do photography. That's a big thing of mine. I don't do it professionally. I don't get paid to do it, but I do take it to a professional level. So if you ever want to check out that, um, the link is right there, rcw.photos. I love playing some video games, not all the time though. Real-time strategies, modded Minecraft, Factorio, other games you've never played before. Okay, and skills, I really have done all the frameworks, most of the languages I can really relate to or use, and I'm big on front end and back end design. I'm also on Icpc competition programming. Marcus and Parker will know me on that. I love making resume projects, personal projects. That's literally everything I do all day, every single day. I love, integrating just one more framework or language into it and just continuing to build a big portfolio. By the time I'm senior, I really want to have 100 or so projects on my portfolio, something that that's it. So you can see why I might want to be running for projects officer. I really want to collaborate here while I'm at ACM. I really want to be making projects with my fellow members. But it's kind of been tough to do that. Rowdy Hacks was a little interesting, but it didn't feel too open to me. It didn't feel as like I wanted to show off my own projects. I made on my own. I wanted to get feedback. I wanted to be able to discuss them. I also wanted to discuss with other people what their projects were. It felt a little like lonely here at UTSA that nobody else was making projects, and maybe people were, but I wouldn't know. But if there were or not, I really want to be able to make that a possibility or make it seriously happen. So if you made a project and you want to share it, if you want to demonstrate it, get feedback, discussion, or collaborate on it, or anything, suggestions, that's what I'm looking towards. So goal-wise, I'm not just about projects. As projects officer, I also want to help out ACM directly. So I'm looking into revamping the website. I saw Zach's edits to the website, which is made in Jekyll. It's a static site generator. I use that for my own sites. I have been for 1 or 2 years now. So I do want to revamp it more, improve the design. I do front-end design big time. I want to add features to it, clean it up, make it better and better to show off ACM's true value. Also, the member attendance form, I think it could be improved. I'm totally not sure because I haven't actually gone through the entire stack. I know it uses Zapier and Notion to integrate, but I want to see if I can make it faster and actually verify whether you're a member or not before you submit it. I don't know. It's just, yeah. But and projects, again, I want to be promoting them, similar to what Christopher. Slightly nervous. I do want to help out promoting people's projects. I don't know if I want to go out to a whole huge platform for doing it or anything. I want to make sure that people's projects are seriously, promoted and collaborated on. And whether it's just me collaborating on it, I will support your project as best I can. I want to make sure that it looks great, it functions great, and you keep the scope at just where your members can do it. I know a lot of people have a great idea, but they keep the scope too low or too high. They don't place it correctly. And with a ton of projects, I've gone through every landmine there is on a project and figured out, oh crap, I put the scope too large. It's never going to be for one person. But no, maybe with 2 people, this could be possible. I want to be promoting your projects, help you collaborate on them, find people, etc. And generally become the person you go to whenever your project is, struggling to get off the ground, or you don't know what tech stack to fit pick. I want to be your officer for your projects. So in terms of assistance, I do have ideas. I can help you, pivot to something that is more doable or right, or I don't know, better for you, more something you can actually get out on time, put on your resume. Issues, I've hit every landmine there is with projects, from deployment to scope, etc. I'm going to be able to figure out what issues you're going to come along with your project. So let me help out. And tech stack, I've gone through the entire tech stack. They're not the entire thing, but getting close. So in general, I just want to be the projects officer who assists, collaborates, and helps you get discussion on your own personal projects. I have a ton of platforms and stuff. I work real hard on my own GitHub. If you want to check it out, if you haven't seen it yet, I've put my all into it. I'm serious. So on Discord, I'm Xavion, Xevion. I have a photography website, and I run my own website, which is just a blog based on Jekyll, and that's pretty much it.
Great. And then moving right along to our membership officer candidates. So we have a couple who you've already heard of who are having that for their second choice, but for our primary candidate, I'd like to introduce Parker Leathers.
Hi, it's nice to meet y'all. My name is Parker Leathers, and I'm a computer science major here at UTSA, running for membership officer and Icpc director. So I'm a first year, but technically I'm a sophomore by credits. I'm from a little suburb in the North Dallas area called Coppell. If you've been in any group with me, you might know me as the guy with the blurry hedgehog profile picture. That's my sister. That would be my sister's hedgehog, Scarlett, who just got out of hedgehog surgery. Bless her little hedgehog heart. But as cute as hedgehogs are, my favorite animal is the penguin. Got a little penguin pillow pet. But why I'm running? So when I came to UTSA, I instantly fell in love with it. More specifically, I fell in love with the student body. I fell in love with all y'all. There's like a lot of talent flying around here. Even within like my fellow first years, there's just so many like skilled individuals, really good at CS and everything. But I think what's holding UTSA back is that the world doesn't really see that talent yet. So what I would like to do is help get the tech students of UTSA connected and to build their profiles to show the world what UTSA has to offer. But why I think I'd be the best fit, I'm confident that I'd be a really, really strong ACM officer. First of all, I have the qualifications of a leader. So I'm just over halfway through UTSA's Student Leadership Academy, and I fully expect to complete it this semester. For those unfamiliar, SLA is a thorough learning pathway hosted by UTSA's Leadership and Volunteer Services. Would definitely recommend it. I've loved it so far. Love the people. And I also just got accepted into Leadership, which is like a 6-day leadership boot camp coming up in May. And I forgot to put this on my slide, but I do have experience tabling, which membership officers are expected to do. I did it with Be the Match, which is like a bone marrow registry. So I had to essentially cold walk up to people and say, hey, would you like to join the registry? That was a lot of fun. But I also have like a strong network here at UTSA. So when I got here, I just love to like throw myself at organizations and people and opportunities and everything. And yeah, just meet tons of cool new people. Some examples of like organizations I've thrown myself at this year are the College of Science Student Success Center, Voices, the Dean Student Board, Icpc, Roadrunner Gaming, and many more. Oh, and a small little organization, you might have heard of them, ACM. I'm also part of the Honors College and the College of Science Honors Program. And don't worry, I have the CS credentials too. So I have a little head start on my computer science major from my AP credits, hence the sophomore thing. I've actually taken 5 CS courses before coming to UTSA. 4 of them were at my high school, and I actually took one in my middle school that was offered, which was pretty cool. For the programmers out there, my favorite languages are C, Java, and Python. For the non-programmers, my favorite language is English. I also enjoy mentoring. Back in my hometown, I worked at it was a K-12 coding school called Icpc. And so I got to help teach programming to students of all different ages. Last year, I volunteered for an org called Reading Partners, where I got to teach younger students reading. Here is a testimony from one of my students. Received an email is the cutest thing. I also enjoy helping out my fellow classmates through CS. My high school actually required CS, so a lot of people that weren't as versed in it that I had to help a lot through. But that's about it. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Great, thanks, Parker. Next, we have technical officer, which is responsible for some of the streaming, some of our tech equipment, things like that. So I'd like to introduce our candidate, Nicholas Ruiz.
Hi there. Hi. It's weird being up here instead of over by the camera. Hi, I'm Nicholas Ruiz. You can call me Nico. First choice is technical officer. Second choice, media officer. Some of y'all might not recognize me. I do shave every now and then. In case, that's a picture from Open House. You might recognize it. I was born in Plano. I lived in Keller for a while. I moved to Kansas for about 9 years before moving back to San Antonio. I wasn't always interested in computers. I wasn't coding since I was like 5. I was actually really into art and photography, and since I have a pacemaker, I've had it since I was like 16 months old. I was really into going into cardiology, and then I watched Grey's Anatomy, and I was like, never mind. And so yeah, then I took video game design, the same one as Bernardo. I did go to high school with him. Not the greatest, but I really discovered my love for like learning how things work, loving code. I like just really just getting into that. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm really just I do consider myself outgoing, even though I'm really shy. That's from when I went zip lining. It was like 17 different zip lines in the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. I also went ATV riding and like did karaoke in some bar. It was weird. I've also been to like 38 out of the 50 states. Why vote for me? I don't know. So more than anything, I love this organization. It's become a real family to me. I had notes for this. So oh, I already skipped so much stuff. Oh yeah, okay. So it's become a real family to me. Most of my friends are in ACM. Most of my social life right now, honestly. I've gone to pretty much every ACM, ACM-W, Intro to Tech meeting this last year because I'm kind of the one in charge of the streams. I introduced the team to StreamYard, which has made everything so much easier. Instead of like having everyone install software or something, you just go to the website and it's super easy. I also helped out with Rowdy Hacks. I was in charge of setting up a lot of the tech stuff. I followed the EMCS AV guy around for like 2 hours while he showed me all the wires and stuff. Their system is so weird. I also, if you like pizza, I had to remind them about pizza a couple times this semester. So for what I want to achieve, like in the next year, if y'all like me, please vote. I want to take on more Zach as a vice president. He used to be the tech officer. He still does a lot of the back end stuff, and it's really amazing. But he's stepping out, and I really want to learn from him and take charge of all the back end stuff a little more. Like the Zapier, the AWS EC2 stuff we have going. It's complicated. And we're also, I'm also talking with Chris right now about maybe getting new stream equipment, of course. But overall, I really love what I do, and I want to keep doing it. And also, as I said, I was really into art, so if I don't get it and I get media, and that's cool. Oh yeah, and I did work pretty closely with Kyle, because he was always like, "Hey, where's the stream link?" And I was like, "Oh, here you go." And so, yeah, thank you for listening, and please vote. I left my phone.
Well, our next position is social officer. And so social officer is in charge of the social media accounts, but also organizing social events. So I'll introduce our first candidate, Christian Salinas.
Not gonna lie, I didn't expect to go first, but oh well. So hold up, let me get my notes up. Okay. So, hi, my name's Christian Salinas. I'm a junior here at UTSA. Hi, Elijah. I see you back there. So I'm running for the social media as my first choice and PR as my second. And the reasons I'm running for it is really because it's really the face of the organization. And I did social media for Rowdy Hacks this past semester. And that really kind of, I didn't think I'd like it, I'm not gonna lie. But I ended up actually really like talking to people and being that like point of contact. I'm nervous, guys. Come on. All right. So, one of the things I want to improve is definitely our outreach. I think a lot of the candidates running have really pointed that out. Is that we kind of have this like perception from outside people that we're very only computer science, and I want to help improve that. Like with social media or PR, is definitely getting more people involved, like outside of just our college. I also want to celebrate our members because I feel like that's something that we really don't do a lot, is to show that there's people from all different backgrounds, places, just show us being people who are just very in love with the tech world. That's something I feel like we could definitely improve on. Another thing I also wanted to say is definitely, actually no, that's all my notes. So all right, here you go.
Thank you, Christian. All right, and then we have another candidate for social officer, May. Let's hear it for May.
Hello, I'm May. May Sullum. I'm currently a freshman at UTSA. I'm 19 and I'm majoring in computer science. Oh, I'm also from Dallas. So, oh yeah, a fun fact about me is that I speak Hebrew. Pretty cool, I know. But why me? So I'm currently the public relations officer for ACM, and if you don't know what that is, even though we just went through it, it's basically the main point of contact. Um, but yeah, I'm running for social officer because I want to be able to help encourage people to join ACM. I'm actually a beginner in computer science. I don't really have that many skills in it, but I'm ready to learn, and I hope to encourage new people who are also beginners to want to join through events that aren't only computer science oriented. So another reason that you should choose me is because I was a camp counselor for a camp about a year ago, and that had to do with creating events for, it was 9-year-olds, and while I did realize that you guys are not a bunch of 9-year-old little girls, I hope to create events that will make people want to join. So yeah, hashtag vote May for Social Officer 2023. Thank you.
Thanks, May. All right, and then just as a reminder, we have a couple people who had this as their second choice, Renee, and then Trey as well. All right, now we're going to move on to the ACM-W positions. So the first one is ACM-W Vice President, and our candidate for this is Adriana Colgar.
Hey guys, my name is Adriana. I am from Venezuela, but I've been in Houston for about like 10 years, so I guess I'm originally from Houston, kind of. And let's see, I'm currently a ACM-W officer, the PR officer, and I am a freshman working my way up to computer science major. And when I first came to UTSA, I came to with a couple friends, and they all decided to take the business route, of course, and left me alone with computer science. And I didn't really have that much of experience, didn't really know what I was doing. And then one time I went to an ACM-W meeting, and I loved it. It was great. Izzy made me feel welcome. Natalie made me feel welcome. We played Jenga. I lost like 3 times. Yeah, I'm not really good. But yeah, overall, ACM-W like kind of became that community for me at UTSA, especially with like computer science, because whenever I did computer science like at UTSA, it was like, oh, like we don't really like in the classes they don't really talk that much. So it's like ACM-W really brought that sense of community to me. And I would be a good VP for ACM-W because I've had past experience in leadership positions, and I can bring my knowledge to help boost ACM-W. In the future, my main goal for ACM-W is to assist as well, like Rachel wants to, and like overall make ACM-W grow, and hopefully incorporate more like quality content meetings, which hopefully will also boost that growth in ACM-W. Thank you.
Thank you, Adriana. And then Rachel, who is running for ACM-W Director, has this as her second position. Now on to ACM-W Secretary candidates. So please join me welcoming Aditya.
Hi, my name is Aditya. A little about me is I'm an international student. I'm from Bangladesh. So I'm a first-gen student here. I'm a junior majoring in computer science, and I haven't declared my concentration yet, but I'm leaning towards software engineering. I really like making applications. This past, I participated in Rowdy Hacks. I really loved it. I made a whole project, so I want to go in that route. And some other facts about me is I played high school basketball, and I like playing video games and like watching TV shows. I'm running for ACM-W Secretary and the Public Relations Officer, Secretary being the first choice. This past semester, I've been a junior officer for the ACM-W. I've shadowed our wonderful director, ACM director Joshua, and I've learned a lot of things from him. So I feel like I know the ACMW, how ACMW works, and like I've helped set them events and all, and putting out flyers and everything. So I feel like I'm suitable for this position, and I want to expand our club more and reach out to more women because it's for ACMW. So I want to reach out for more women and minorities and get them involved in ACMW because I feel like tech is for everyone. And for PR, I was an outreach officer for my science club back in high school. So I feel like I can reach out to organizations, different companies and everything. So we can get sponsorship for ACMW. We can host like a better events, better socials and more food, hopefully. If I were to give in this position, as I say, I would help with my organizational leadership skills. I would help ACMW grow more. Vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you. And then we have 3 other candidates who you already heard of, to which this is their second choice: Adriana, Chris, and then Gabriel. And you guys have almost made it to the end. ACMW Public Relations, Aditya is the only one, and he's running as his second choice. And then I believe this is the last position, ACMW Media Officer, Gabriel.
Hey y'all. Hey. It's the last one. I hope you've been sticking with us. So, hi, my name is Gabriel Ferrer. That's a picture of me. Actually took on my birthday this Monday, so I just turned 19. So a little bit. Thank you guys. So a little bit about me. I'm finishing out my first year here at UTSA. I'm a cybersecurity major. I know, cybersecurity major. Oh, kind of having a major crisis right now, but I don't know. That's neither here nor there. But I'm here to talk about why I want to be the ACMW social officer. And so here's some of my goals. So I feel like one of the main problems that I've seen, well, it's not really like a bad problem. It's just that like maintaining the social media, I feel like there's only been posts when there's like a certain event happening or like the flyers made. So I want to like increase like the interaction we have within the community. So I want to have sort of just like a scheduled post kind of thing. So at least like there's something there for the week. So people do know and remember that yes, ACMW is a thing. It's a very important sub-organization within ACM as a whole. And one thing I did forget in my introduction is that ACM really means a lot to me because as a freshman coming in, I had like 0 friends. I moved here from like the Fort Hood area, and I had like really like 0 experience in like coding, like cybersecurity and everything, because I did not go to schools like in areas like Dallas or whatever. Like shout out to you guys, that's really good. But I was not fortunate enough to have that kind of funding. But so yeah, ACM was just became like a home for me, even though y'all probably don't know much about me and I don't know much about you. I still feel like I'm a part of, the tech family. So another thing that I would like to do is I do like very much like the social media that's going on currently, but so I would like to have that while implementing things that fresh ideas to increase interaction. So that would be done via like audience feedback, like Google Forms, polls, stuff like that. And yeah, that last bullet, what I just went over, I just want to give back to the organization that gave me the community of people that think like me. So yeah. And lastly, I just shout out to Canva for what I'm about to show you. Just some like mock flyers I made. So yeah, this is like a mock like movie night kind of thing. So ACMW presents Now You See Me. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. They're a bunch of magicians, and so yeah, I don't know if this is like a real thing, but this is just like a mock thing we got going on. So, and I also have an idea I have was to make there was an event going on, have like a story post as well to pair with it. So, and I know finals week is upon us. I know. So this is a story that I made in Canva. It's like a ACM-W Finals Link bingo. So basically, it would be posted on the ACM-W Instagram, screenshot it, and then you could fill out bingo at the end. So like here, I don't know if y'all can see, it's kind of small, but here we got hoping for a curve. Hoping for a curve. We got put your phone on D&D, that iOS D&D, go crazy. Another one here, went to office hours, made your own study guide. 2 finals in one day. You got that on frame for you, but forgot your charger. So yeah, this is what I have to offer, and very much more. And I would, vote for me.
Thank you, Gabriel. All right. So we've made it. All right. I know we are over time. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about how you vote. And then if you have questions for any of the candidates, you can stick around and ask them individually. If you want to know who somebody is or what they're running for, please come up and see me, and I can direct you to that person if you don't remember their face. But so for elections, voting is now open. So if you go to elections.acmutsa.org, there will be a link. I will also show a QR code on the next slide, but the ballot is a form that will be open till 11:59 p.m. Members, officers, candidates, you can all vote, but please vote once. We will be checking your ABC 1, 2, 3 to ensure you've only voted once. But other than that, votes are anonymous, so you don't have to worry about anybody knowing who you vote for. So please take this time, consider what the candidate said and what you want to see in that position, right? Because this is the entire next year of ACM. So I do ask that, you vote based on what you want to see. And then more candidate and information can be found at elections.acmutsa.org. There are pictures for the candidates, so you can also use that to see who's who. There are also short descriptions posted on there that the candidates have provided themselves. And this is the elections page in light mode. But so you can vote here at this little ballot box. It's the very first link. And then other than that, here's the QR code to vote. So reminder, please fill that out before midnight. But other than that, thank you all so much for coming. Yes.
Ryan's not in the project officer. Yeah, not there.
In the voting?
Yeah, I'm not on the form.
All right, we will fix that. Apologies about that. Yeah, if you would like to vote Ryan please hold off on voting till we can fix that. But you can go to elections.acmutsa.org. And then if you missed the sign in for today's meeting, here it is. But I just want to say sincerely, thank you all for spending this time with us. I know it was long, but it's really the foundation for next year. And based on all the candidates, I'm very excited to see where ACM goes from here. So feel free to ask the candidates questions. But other than that, thank you all very much.
That was a good idea. Increase interaction.
DNS takes a while. So I was busy. I was really more